Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Nev from Nev's Tech Bits got me a Roboraptor, and I want to tear this sucker down and see what makes her work. Invented in 1999 and then distributed by WowWee Toys International, the Roboraptor came after the Robosapien. And one of the different things about the Roboraptor is you didn't need a remote 100% in order to play with it. If you wanted to control it, you needed the remote or the app, but it in itself could be played with itself, with the sensors that it had. It actually had an idea of the space around it. Oh man, check this out. This is the original idea for Robosapien. Ain't that beautiful? Man, it looks so beautiful. It's like what a designer would design. And then here, of course, we have the Apple looking unit that the distributors, the salesman probably wanted. I prefer the one of my favorite types of tech toys are the robotic ones, not just the ones that know how to do things, but ones that can actually walk across a room and scare your child. This unit is specifically and decidedly from the second bunch, one that walks across the room and scares my kid. Emmett was not too happy with this guy. He does not like dinosaurs. But oh my god, check this guy out. Look how cute. How could you not want something like this? So I picked this dude up at the Salvation Army for a couple bucks, and I really want to see what he looks like on the inside. I was surprised he worked as well as he did. He was pretty messed up. Of course, this dude comes with a remote control that I did not get, because good luck getting that at the Salvation Army. Now, there is a robo control that you can get for an Android if you get an infrared signal blaster at the top, but I don't got that. Not working. Let's just get into this. Now, Roboraptor is particularly easy to get into because he has Phillips head screws all over the place, and they're pretty much all the easy to get to. I'm just going to speed this recording up. You guys know where the Phillips head screws are. You can see them. There's no nuance to this. If you're trying to do the teardown, everything's right there. So once you get that side plate off, you see some clear legging, I'd like to call it, all put in there by Phillips head screws. And we can basically, it seems like, remove the shell to this unit and still have a moving product. I thought I should try things a little different and go for the next. For the most part, all just Phillips head screws, but once I wanted to get the jaw separator from the top of the head, I had to use a little bit of force, unfortunately. Observable things we have right now are at like the atomic and subatomic level, right? We don't Here I'm just taking the screws off the top of the mouth. There's a lot of sensors in the head. The head and the tongue seems to be where you switch it over from being remotely operated to being, I guess, somewhat sentient into having an idea of the world around him. So we got a button there. We got two sensors in the eyes, and then we got a button in the tongue. So that's a button in the top of the mouth and the bottom of the mouth. This kind of makes me feel like I'm a dentist, I'm not gonna lie. So here's a quick look at the daughter board in the mouth and the speaker at the back of the throat. And once again, going with the Phillips head screws on the bottom of the tongue. I'm pretty sure you press that button to make it remote control or regular mode. I think we got speakers on the side of here too, on the side of the jaw. That's a bit different. Those gotta be speakers, I'm thinking. Anyways, I'm just disconnecting the daughter board now. Not much to see, just more Phillips head screws being taken out. And there you see more of the sensors and whatnot that we got in there at the nose. Next up, I want to get into the neck. I want to see this speaker. Geez, that's interesting. That's a perfect place to put that sucker. The engineers who made this must have been freaking geniuses. Man, it's perfect. It's almost perfect circumference of the neck, right? Anywho, next thing I got to get off is this beast. It's put in there by pegs. It's put in there by pegs, and it looks like I got to take the speaker off in order to get it going. That wire seems to help keep the neck moving back and forth. Here, I'm just stripping out some of the sensors in the head. Sorry folks, this is my first time tearing one of these suckers down. I'm not doing a very beautiful job, but follow what I'm doing and learn from my mistakes, and you'll be able to do this a lot better, trust me. I just wanted to take something apart today. A little bit of teardown therapy, that's what I'm talking about, Bobby. Yeah, so you can see where the sensors go in the head. And there's still one sensor in there. I didn't get that out as beautifully as I could. If you're trying to get it back together, you're going to maybe want to make sure you get that thing back in the way it should be. There's the other one. Yeah, so as you see, when you move the tail, the neck also moves, which is really cool. I gotta say, whoever designed this thing's a master genius. Everything's just so beautiful. Anyways, next up, I'm going for the tail. I can only get so far with that. So I move on to the feet and to the legs. One of the things I really want to get going here is I want to be able to take off the shell of this thing and see if I can basically get the bones to still move around. Now right here we can see the buttons in the tail. There's actually 2 more buttons a little further up that you can press to trigger them, to make them do things. Alright, next up, more screws. I'm okay with that though. More screws, less clips, that's what I'm talking about. Alright, so next up, taking the feet off, taking the corners off. Just like I said, I want to see if I can get this thing standing without the shell around it. So I learned here I have to remove the bones basically to get the back clip off, and in order to get the main shell of the breast, of the chest area. One step at a time, ladies and gentlemen. Patience. Patience. So many Phillips head screws, little Phillips screws, all over the place. And here, oh yeah, we get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Just got to put this thing back together a little bit so you kind of know what you're looking at. Oh no, apparently I want to go back for the tail and get the other side done. Now that I'm looking at this, going through the narration, I'm kind of kicking myself that I didn't get a close-up of what's on the other side of that shell. Well, maybe getting this other leg, I'll show you how to take the leg apart a little bit better. There you go. Just take the boons off. Leave the feet on. And then you'll be able to get that shell off if you want. So, we get the shell off. Take a look on the inside. You can see the power button there on the butt. That's the power for the main unit, of course. And then there's really not a lot going on inside. There's the motherboard. That is the motherboard. Look at that. That's what runs all of this robotics. It's freaking beautiful. Honestly, I don't think I've seen so many situations where such a giant thing was run by such a small main board. I gotta say, the further I go into this, the more I'm impressed by the designers that designed this, that created this. Yeah, so the neck piece. This neck piece is definitely a pain. Just gotta pull the speaker out, pull the speaker bracket out, and the whole thing just slides right off very nicely, actually. Once again, a lot of little Phillips head screws. Now what I want to do next is get these legs fastened back on. And get the feet back on them. I had to take the legs and the feet off in order to get the shell from the chest area. And now I'm just going to slap those bad boys back on there. A little bit of me almost feels bad about this, and another part of me is like, wow, this is so awesome. This isn't alive, this is robotic, and wow. Alright, so we get the tube off the neck to reveal the gym sock underwear. Oh, very nice, very silky, actually. This thing looks like a chicken with its head cut off or something. Look at that stuff. Alright folks, tell me this thing doesn't remind you kind of like an ideal chicken with his head cut off. But trust me, he's very happy. He's not suffering at all. This guy does not have pain receptors, so this is okay. And also very awesome. Now this is exactly what I bought this unit for. I wanted to open him up and see exactly what made him tick. And geez, this is something. This is real neat. He's so happy and excited about it. Look. Remember, folks, don't give these things names or they become real, right? No, Vader, run! Run! What's this? A feral Decepticon trying to take it over in the name of the Quintessons? Not today, Galvatron. And of course, in true Quintesson fashion, we have to snip the tip a little bit. We gotta break her free by cutting down the fabric and seeing what's on the inside. And what do we have in there? Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Some clear white plastic. Very nice. Very nice. I bet light would travel down there very nicely, but I don't see any reason why it would. Man, the more I take this thing down, the more I am really impressed with the people, the engineers that put this together. It's easy to understand why they wouldn't want you to have the rider there anymore, because he'd hang up pretty tight, and if he was to be removable, you wouldn't be able to put the motherboard up top there, right? Like that Quintesson there, he's fine. He's got his feet in the wires, but if you had an actual figure there, that would take away from like all of the space on the inside. So now I'm going to try to attempt to get you an idea how things work on the inside. Basically, it seems to be a bit of a teeter-totter. I don't see this thing walking ever. I don't see it taking one foot in front of the other as much as it's shimmying around more or less. Upon closer looks, it looks like the feet should move. Because look at this sensor. This sensor is literally there just to tell you when the leg has moved. So maybe I got a damaged unit here. I'm not sure. I can't say. But next up, let's get that motherboard off and see how the shimmying mechanism works on the inside, shall we? Alright, so let's get the motherboard off of this sucker. Let's get her disassembled. I want to see the internal mechanisms. So that's about all you see from here. I have to take the housings down now. 4 Phillips head screws, and once I get those out, that should basically be the last shell. Alright, so there's not much I can say that'll help you out with these next parts. Everything within this secondary housing, just motors and gears. Very beautiful stuff, and I think I'm just going to sit back and watch. It's actually a quintesson.
Like someone, if you guess if you need help with some visual vision, just engage, if you go around some of the places, if you feel breathing or that. And there's some like you can actually start with the actions that will be the same. Yeah. You use grenades like any kind of building or so only defenses. So it's a bit of a special ability. It doesn't work like anything else. It could work maybe like the shot fire missile from once it has targeted one defense and it's stable, it will automatically go to the second one. So it's quite cool to just like target like an area where there will go once and just like disable the damage coming from there. Yeah. Cool. So it's actually better to be in the screen and actually show them in some spot. So yeah. Maybe design against the others. Yeah, I'm trying to accommodate over. So as you see, we have like combos, multi-colorpants, tarantulas, Raptor, and magnets. So he's gonna go in ahead and actually start deploying and loading grenades to all the different screens and stunning them like 10 seconds. So you can see that he just throws stuff around and so it can actually does a bit of damage. So if you yeah, you can see what you do that to actually turn into cause damage. You see that quite a long reach. So let's see how many of the stances is actually something. So that's another.
Alright folks, that's it from me, Nev from Nev's Tech Bits. Like and subscribe if you like this kind of stuff. Always appreciate it. Trying to support a stay-at-home mom here. If you can help me out, I really appreciate it. Have a good one, folks. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.